We've been working since September to produce today's show. As always, the deck crew follows the action, and this took us to Zoo Atlanta and Lake Lanier for two of our stories. We're also introducing you to the seniors on the homecoming court, and for a change of pace, we're throwing an opinion story into the mix. It's homecoming week, and this is The Deck.
The temperature is beginning to drop, and jumping into a lake probably doesn't sound very appealing. Seniors John Speed and Michael Thibodeau love it though. Wakeboarding has become a way for these best friends to hang out and have fun. My partner Quinn Von Haney and I tagged along.
We headed up to Lake Lanier to see how this extreme sport can bring two best friends together for a bonding and learning experience.
I love working with Michael because he's a good teacher. He teaches me a lot of stuff, and it was the best thing I've ever done. Michael taught me how to wakeboard, how to get up and jump a little bit and turn in and out of the wake. He's trying to teach me how to do a 180, and that's a lot of fun. I first started wakeboarding a little over a month ago. Michael got me interested in wakeboarding. Once I saw him doing it, I just wanted to do it. I wanted to go fast. I consider myself a rookie. I'm coming a long way, so we'll see. Michael definitely inspired me wakeboarding. He's taught me more than just to wakeboard, like to drive a boat. And
I started wakeboarding maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I was up at the lake a lot, and I figured that'd be a good thing to learn. I mean, I've always seen people on the lake doing jumps and stuff, and thought it was pretty cool, so I decided to start out for myself. I try to get up here every weekend to the lake and bring up my friends, and they all enjoy it. We'll be out here more. I can do a couple of tricks. I finished the backflip and perfect it, so it's kind of a day-by-day thing. Sometimes I hit it, sometimes I don't. I mean, I can just do like the basic grabs, basic 360s, I'm just learning more and more. YouTube has helped me out on that one. John is my best friend, so it kind of works out that he likes it and I like it, and we get along great.
For The Deck, I'm Quinn Von Haney. Go!
Way to go, Quinn. Take a trip to the zoo and you'll see exotic animals from all over the world. But what happens behind the scenes? Mary Adams and I introduce you to the backbone of Zoo Atlanta, the volunteers.
I've been working at Zoo Atlanta for about a year and a half. Basically what I do right now is I talk to the guests about the animals. My favorite animal to interpret at is the lions. Hey guys, welcome to our lion exhibit. These are our two lions, Kamau and Kiki. Kiki's the female, Kamau is the male. Kamau is 8 years old and Kiki is 9 years old. Kamau weighs about 425 pounds and Kiki weighs about 275. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. We have to keep track of all of our impact numbers, which is how many people we talk to each day. So I have 52 right now.
A lot of volunteer programs at zoos are summer programs only. We're arranged to be a year-long program because it helps with their professional development, helps with their leadership skills. Daniel, in general, is a very caring person, and everyone around him flocks to him naturally. So I would say animals and people alike.
I want to be a zookeeper when I grow up. They take care of the animals, they'll like pick up poop and they'll make their food and things like that. I just like animals a lot. They're just a lot cooler than people, no offense.
For The Deck, I'm Mary Adams.
From 10 to 3 this weekend, the zoo will be hosting its annual Halloween festival throughout the zoo. If you go, remember to wear your costume.
The Deck Crew's first years have begun shooting their first stories. You'll get to see them on 310.org soon. Here's what they're working on.
I'm Tyler Axon, and I'm sure that you're aware that the election is right around the corner. My partners, Joe Comer and Demi Wright, and I are exploring some of Decatur's liberal versus conservative political views.
We're also following a student whose politics helped push her to volunteer for a presidential campaign.
And we'll hear from some of you who voted for the very first time.
We've all gotten lost a couple of times when we were children, right?
Yeah, but sophomore Dylan Byers and his friends got seriously lost this past summer on a hiking trip.
I'm Emily Schulke, and Connor Trotter, Emma Wheeler, and I are telling the story of the group's scary adventure and eventual rescue.
I'm Morgan Johnson, and my partners Onyx Simpson and Nadia Berry and I are following up on a story you recently read in Carpe Diem.
We're following Lena Johnson to see what competitive fencing really looks like.
Look for our story on 310.org soon.
There's even more stories at 310.org. You've probably eaten there at all times of the day, but do you know the story behind it? Connor Allison shows Waffle House's latest milestone. Decatur's Melon Mushroom is the only one of its chains that hosts a drink and draw once a month. The Deck's Max Waterhouse takes us to see the artists at work. Head to 310.org and be sure to like 310 Convergence on Facebook.
For some students, work-based learning is simply a way to leave campus early and get paid for it. For senior Charlotte Goodson, the program helps her to explore a serious career interest in speech pathology. Jordan Dillard and I took a look at what that involves.
Work-based learning gives juniors and seniors the opportunity to leave campus and work in a real-world job setting.
We fill out the paperwork and then they leave campus, 7th period, and they're off for, they work 5 hours a week as their internship to supplement class time.
But for Charlotte Goodson, work-based learning is preparing her for a career after high school.
I just kind of grew up around speech pathologists, I guess, not because my mom's one, but I saw them at the speech school and I spent a lot of time there.
She's had some experience before, but this is really her internship. She figured out how to get that. She goes every day. She gets there, you know, she has to get herself there on time. She has to do the work when she gets there. I think she really enjoys the work, and I've heard that the teacher really enjoys working with her.
Charlotte is great. She is very hands-on. She asks a lot of questions. She's very innovative. She has even created a therapy session that really went well with the group that we have over at the middle school. I think that she's going to be an asset to the profession. She thinks fast on her feet, and she's empathetic, which goes a long way in this business.
The type of speech language pathologist I want to be, I want to work with kids. Then it's really just a lot of repetition and working with kids, but you also have to make sure that it's not just boring, because then they're not going to want to do it.
But Charlotte's motivation for working with younger kids has a deeper connection through her own experiences.
Ever since, I guess, probably 7th grade or 8th grade when I came to Renfro, people made fun of me for the way that I talked, and I guess still do talk, but people make fun of me, and I guess because I use like proper grammar and things like that, but I hear it all the time. But I guess why not put, it's actually like a positive, because it's good for job interviews, and why not use that, like something that I'm good at, which is grammar, and turn it into a possible like job idea.
With all the factors that go into picking a college, Charlotte is looking for a school that meets her criteria of a strong communications program as well as competitive soccer.
I really like Florida State has one of the nation's best communications disorders programs, and Chapel Hill has a really good one too, so I really like those schools. And I've also looked at some smaller ones, but I want to play soccer in college, and so I might end up going to a smaller school even though I want big university, just because I want to be able to play some type of soccer, but majors do come first.
Hopefully I'm giving her a realistic perspective of what she may entail as a speech language pathologist in the school system, because in this environment this is very different than if she was to work in a hospital or a clinical setting.
I admire so much her work ethic when it comes to children, the way she treats children and interacts with kids. She does that really well.
For The Deck, I'm Jordan Dillard.
This summer, Charlotte had a surprising experience volunteering at a speech pathology camp. Go to 310.org to hear her tell the story.
Decatur graduate Omar Collington has returned to his alma mater as a basketball coach. My partner Anita Renfro and I learned about his basketball career and found out why he returned.
As a young adolescent, I went through a lot of troubles trying to hang with the wrong crowd and things like that. When I decided that I wanted to be a basketball player, I focused more on my academics. I had a chance to earn a scholarship. Who would have known how college would have been paid for if I hadn't got a scholarship?
After his senior year at the University of North Carolina at Asheville, a team in Germany wanted to have him as their star player. Unfortunately, he only played for 5 years.
When I decided that I wanted to leave overseas because the market got, flooded with a whole bunch of Americans that were playing for less than their worth, it was like move back home, and because I was moving from one country back to another, of course you want to come home where you hope that you have a little support in that whole thing as far as, getting reestablished.
I am ecstatic that Omar Collington has decided to join our staff as the head basketball coach there at Renfro Middle School. He is a guy that takes everything that he does very serious. He'll do a great job with those young men, and I look forward to him doing big and wonderful things there at Renfro Middle School.
It's going to be challenging. They've been through a lot of different programs and things throughout the years, the kids over there. What I bring to the table is professionalism, as most of the coaches have, but I've actually lived the story, and so kids going to kind of respond a little bit more to me than they would somebody who kind of just coaching.
One team member, Kobe Clark, was inspired by Collington.
I met Omar last year at our student-parent teacher game, and I just saw him play basketball. I was like, he was awesome. He was amazing. I wanted to be like him. He helps me a lot with everything, my dribbling, my shooting. He's really a role model to me. I live up to his standard. He helps me with everything. He sets the bar high, and he knows my abilities that I can do.
Along with coaching the middle school basketball team, Collington also coaches high school players.
Omar is very inspirational. For one, he helps with my self-confidence. He's always there to say something positive. Omar playing overseas, I feel like that really helps him train me and everybody else that he trains, for the simple fact that he has that professional experience, and he's played against some of the best.
Along with coaching through the schools, Collington also has his own company, Over and Beyond Basketball.
Basically what I try to do is talk to athletes in a manner that they can relate what teachers would give them as far as like instructions for work, tests, and things like that are related to a sport. So if a coach basically gives you a game-winning play and you don't pay attention and you lose the game, most athletes feel bad about that, and that's because you didn't pay attention. It's the same thing in the classroom. If a teacher's basically giving you all the tools you need to be successful in the classroom and you're not paying attention, then you should feel bad about that as well.
For The Deck, I'm Anita Renfro.
Collington's organization is celebrating its first anniversary on December 1st. Check his website for event details.
While Carpe Diem has printed opinion pieces for years, The Deck rarely ever produces one, until today. My partner Henry Shunk shares his opinion on a local political trend that aggravates him.
Liberty and equality are two essential American ideas. But when we fail to strike a balance between the two, it can lead to a backwards and dangerous way of living. In Decatur, some people feel that equality should take the driver's seat instead of liberty. To me, this imbalance is frightening. The idea that equality is more important means that our liberties and freedoms are taken away from us for the greater good. But first, what exactly are liberty and equality? Equality is a political term. It means equality before the law, that we're all born with equal rights and freedoms. But that's not how some people think of equality. Some people twist the word to mean something entirely different. They mean physical equality, where every part of a person's life is no better than his neighbor's. The idea that everyone should be identical is not only impractical, it's impossible. You can't redistribute the values that make us successful. This twisted meaning is not equality, but inequality. In a world where the productive and successful are forced to sacrifice what they've earned, and the needy are entitled to what they have, what's the point in being productive? There is none. So what's the alternative? Liberty. Liberty means freedom from government force. It does not mean freedom from a landlord or from a boss. It means freedom from the abusive power of the state and nothing else. Imagine the invention of the ice skating rink. Imagine someone saying that they wanted to build a stadium of ice where people strap sharp blades to their feet and slide around uncontrolled. People would cry out that it was dangerous and that we need speed limits and stop signs and ice skating security guards. And yet, we all know that none of those things exist in real life. Skaters find their own order, largely without violence or conflict, even though not every skater is of the same age, the same height, or even the same skill. Of course you can't bump into and knock down others, but when free people like the skaters are left alone, they still have a good time, despite their differences. While equality is important to America, don't confuse it with the twisted meaning it has today. Instead, support the idea of freedom. Support the liberty that has brought prosperity and success to this country. I'm Henry Shunk, and that's my opinion.
We've posted this online so you can add your comments. Head to 310.org and let your opinion be heard.
Every year, 5 senior girls and guys are nominated to be crowned Homecoming King and Queen. Unless you're a senior junior, you may not know the girls that well. We are giving you an inside look at the nominees.
I want to be homecoming queen because my mom was homecoming queen and so is my auntie, so I just think this is like a generation thing, so pass it along to me. I'm captain of the varsity cheerleading team. I've been captain since 9th grade. I think that's kind of unique. Also, I'm a positive role model to the school, and I can sing, and I rap a little bit on the side. Who doesn't want a cheerleader to win homecoming queen?
I think I try to be a well-rounded person, and I think I hang out with a lot of different kinds of people, and I try to reach out to different friend groups. I've been in SGA all 4 years. I'm in the marching band, I play lacrosse, I do a lot of clubs, and I love Decatur a lot, and I like all the people in it. I've been here for a really long time, and so I would just be honored to be the homecoming queen for you guys.
Play soccer and softball, and I really like One Direction and Justin Bieber, you know. Okay, honestly, I was on the ballot originally because I was vice president, but now I actually want to win because I think that it'd be a good idea to have someone who's not like our past homecoming queens, and I don't think that I'm like them, and I think that's a good thing, so why not vote for me? I just think that the whole homecoming thing is really funny. Like imagining me on homecoming court, like down in the field, it's just really funny because I'm just not what you would think would be on the field.
In Decatur all my life. I grew up here with you guys ever since Glenwood, and I feel like homecoming is ours, you know, it's the students, and that I'm a good representation of the student body. I participate in cross country and NHS and Young Life and dance and work, and so I feel like I kind of bring everybody together. You know how in Mean Girls she breaks up the crown for everybody? I'm not sure the faculty would be glad if I did that, but I feel like no one girl deserves to win, and that if I win, it's like everybody can win, you know?
I want to be homecoming queen because I think that I'm a really good person. I think I represent Decatur in the class of 2013 very well. I'm funny, athletic, I'm smart,
all that good stuff, you know, that makes me look good. I don't know. I'm not the average girly girl, the pretty popular girl. I'm kind of athletic, and I think that that's different from most homecoming queens. I think that definitely sets me apart from the other ladies.
My name is Janae Fuller.
Lily Spencer. Charlotte Goodson.
Tanner Hendrick.
My name is Alana Johnson.
And I want to be your homecoming queen.
Bye! That's embarrassing.
Don't worry, fellas, we didn't leave you out. Visit 310.org right now to learn about the nominated guys.
Most people don't break traditions every day, but my partner Madison Van Buren and I found one student who strayed from the norm. Windsor Jones is a sophomore with the title usually saved for seniors. He's a marching band's drum major. You can watch his story right now on our Convergence website, 310.org. That does it for us today. Happy 100th year homecoming, Decatur High. We'll catch you next time on The Deck.